those who don't know, the Winnipeg Jets have sent out an email to their season ticket holders on their thoughts of playing some games in Saskatchewan because at Saskatoon Place, because they have different regulations right now as far as having fans in the stands and everything else. So it is definitely an interesting time. You know what? I actually don't mind that decision by them at all. I think because number one, Saskatchewan is filled with diehard hockey fans. A regular season game would be an instant sellout there. Yep. Not even a hesitation, whether it's Winnipeg season ticket holders, traveling or them just selling their tickets online to Saskatchewan fans.
Here was the question that was posed to fans. It was, since we have no ability to create revenue, do you mind? They would certainly refund fans for their tickets. Do you mind us playing games in Saskatoon with fans, provided that the restrictions allow us to? I don't know why anyone would say no to that.
Yeah, why would you?
In your own market. But the fan reaction has been mixed. It's been almost 50-50. I was shocked to see it, especially some of the vitriol that I saw on social media saying that the Jets franchise is selling its own fan base out. Like, that's not the case. They know where their bread is buttered, but you can't go to the game in your own market anyway. What do you care if it's being played somewhere else with fans?
I would always. It
makes the TV product better.
The people that are online complaining, are they really the season ticket holders? Because if they're not, no offense, this isn't about them. This is about the people who have the season seats, and they're the ones who are going to get their money back. Why? Like, you're not losing anything, because if they play the games without you, you still get your money back, but you don't get to go. So basically you're like, you want to be petty and be like, well, if I can't go, no one else could go. And I don't think most sane people would be that way. They'd be like, yeah, I have no problem. And you know what? Maybe we'll have a road trip.
Maybe you'll have a road trip, but more to the point, at least when you watch it on TV, there will be some kind of environment. It might actually give your team as the home team a boost, especially if they're able to set up in the market for a little while and drum up some more fan interest and sort of take over Saskatoon and Saskatchewan as the team of the prairies. I know it's a mixed fan base. There's fans from every team in Saskatchewan, but man, like, why wouldn't you? I can tell you that there's a number of hurdles in the way. One, the Jets aren't entirely certain that Saskatoon and the province of Saskatchewan will remain without restrictions. Yeah. They've sort of been light in their approach, but they've also been all over the map recently in terms of how strict that they are with the coronavirus. The other part is, how long would they be there? How quickly would they get there? And what sort of precedent does this set for the rest of the Canadian teams? Now, I checked in with the NHL on Thursday night after seeing the report, and I asked the question, because Saskatchewan is really the last remaining province without pro sports capacity restrictions, what are the other Canadian teams thinking? Are they potentially thinking of going temporarily to U.S. markets? And the answer that I received back was, no, that's not something that's really being contemplated at this point. And it makes sense, because I think we all kind of feel like this will be temporary. This Omicron wave seems to be incredibly fast moving, and that, in somewhat short order, meaning not in October, we'll see some kind of loosening of these restrictions. I don't know that it's going to happen quickly enough for NHL teams and frankly, the NHL itself to be satisfied. But at this point, they're going to try and soldier through it, postpone as many games as they can in January and try to make those up later with the hope of generating more revenue. But I feel for the Winnipeg Jets in this case. People would say, why would you take such a drastic measure? You've got an $81.5 million payroll. How do you think it doesn't pay itself?
Yeah, no, hey,
this is a business. This ain't a hobby.